Well, good Friday to you guys. I hope you're all having a good start to your day. It's 7:30. I wanted to go ahead and jump on here, give you a little bit of an update of what you can expect for the rest of the day. Again, the last day of January, closing it out on a rainy note as we take a look at the current radar. Again, right now it's just a couple of light showers. Had some thunderstorms overnight, especially north and west of Chattanooga. A little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder, nothing severe. We're not expecting anything severe today. And you can kind of see some of that lighter rain moving in and around Chattanooga. So far not a huge deal. We do have reduced visibility, a little bit of fog. So I just take it easy in general as you're going to be traveling out throughout the day. Highest rainfall amounts have been north and west of Chattanooga, up to 1/2 of an inch in spots, especially in the Green and Grundy, Marion, Sequatchie, parts of Ray, Meigs, Bledsoe, and even northern Hamilton counties, picking up on some decent rain so far. If you haven't got a lot of rain yet and you live in North Georgia, it's on the way a little bit later this afternoon, all because of this cold front. So we have moisture being pulled up out of the Gulf, some heavier stuff going on across Mississippi, and we're going to see that area fill in nicely. So that steady, heavier rain going to come in probably after about 9 o'clock for our western communities and then move across the area as we continue through the day. But this is a look over downtown Chattanooga, just a dreary look out there. One of those mornings where you probably just want to roll over, go back to sleep if you can. But just going to be one of those nasty days. But I promise you better weather is ahead this weekend. And as we go throughout your day, it is going to be pretty breezy. We'll have gusts upwards. Actually, I'll put this back to this morning. You can see those gusts are going to be as high as 25 to 30 miles per hour throughout the morning. As that front comes through, could exceed 30 miles at times, and then the winds will gradually start to relax tonight, still occasionally gusting upwards of 10 to 15 during the overnight hours. As for your temperatures, this time of the year, we're usually waking up to 33, 34 degrees. That's our average at least. This morning it feels like spring, waking up to the upper 50s to lower 60s, so it's a really mild start. Temperatures are going to stay pretty consistent throughout the day. I think we'll top out in the upper 50s, low 60s, and kind of just hang out there for much of the afternoon. So it is going to be a mild, rainy day for many. And as we take a look at your future cast, we're going to track out that rain coming in, becoming more widespread during the mid-morning. Notice by 10 o'clock, Dunlap, Chattanooga, really areas just off to the west of Chattanooga, picking up on some of that steadier rain down into northeast Alabama. And then as we continue into the lunch hour, notice the heavier stuff starts to come down in places like Dayton, Cleveland, Athens, Dunlap, and surrounding areas. North Georgia is starting to fill in as well, and northeast Alabama getting some decent little cells. And then that's going to continue to push into our eastern communities, so Dalton, LJ, Blue Ridge, Murphy, Athens, up towards Knoxville, getting some decent rain by about 3 o'clock. And then we're going to get a break, 5, 6, 7. Things are actually looking good. We may even get some sunshine before the sun goes down. And then it does appear that we'll have one last batch of rain move through between about 8 and 11. Shouldn't be a big deal, but if you have any plans out on the town later tonight, there may be some rain to talk about. And then moving into your Saturday, we'll have some clouds lingering, a little bit of morning fog, but things will start to improve pretty quickly. Now, additional rainfall, and this is just our in-house model, so these rainfall amounts are never exactly right, but it at least gives us an idea where the heaviest may set up. Up to an inch, certainly going to be possible, maybe even over an inch, along the Cumberland Plateau and north and west of Chattanooga. I think everyone should pick up at least a 1/2 of an inch, which is much needed because, again, we've been in a drought for quite some time, so that's a look at your rainfall amounts. Severe threat, really not much. Yeah, we had some thunder and lightning overnight, but thunder and lightning doesn't constitute a severe threat. Those winds have to be upwards of 58 miles per hour, gusting quarter-size hail for a severe thunderstorm warning to be issued. Not going to see that today. The ingredients in the upper atmosphere are just not going to be all that favorable. So rain today, especially the mid-morning and early afternoon. A couple additional showers this evening, fog overnight, and then we're going to transition into a pretty decent weekend. So nothing unusual, just a rainy day to close out January. And then the big story moving forward is going to be the warmth. Look at these highs. I mean, first week of February is not going to feel like the first week of February. And the last couple of Februaries, we've had above normal temperatures, so this is becoming more common, it seems like. But it looks like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we may even climb into the mid-70s. So it is going to be very warm. And the overall pattern trend is favoring warmer than normal conditions for much of the southeast. We're going to have some ridging built in, Pacific flow and cold air is going to stay bottled up to the north. So Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, the northern plains, going to have a better chance of seeing some below normal temperatures. So the coldest air are going to be bottled up along the west coast and parts of the northern tier of the country. So let's take a look at a few products. This is through February 11th. These are our heights, which gives us an idea where there may be ridging. The yellow and orange indicates better chance of seeing some warmer temperatures at the surface, while the blue indicates a better chance of seeing some cooler temperatures at the surface. And in that middle ground where those two air masses collide, you can get winter weather. On the southern end, you can get severe weather. So it could be pretty active as we move into February. And it does look like that cold air is starting to try to inch down a little bit by the middle of the month. But then as we take a look at February 15th, it looks like that ridge may start to strengthen a little bit, which would lead to some warmer temperatures persisting. Now, some forecast models or just analysis look like that may break down a little more, which could bring that colder air further to the south and east. So that's a trend we're going to watch pretty closely. But I think we're going to generally stay warm for at least the next couple of weeks. But the latest European does indicate maybe a little bit of a brief cool down coming towards, I don't want to say next weekend, but after next weekend. So probably that 11th, 12th, 13th of February, heading into Valentine's Day, could have some colder temperatures. For now, that's just something we're monitoring. That's still a little too far out to have any conclusive thought on that. But I think we will get cooler during the middle of the month. Typically, we get these 2-3 week periods of warm weather. At some point, something has to give during the winter time. And I know many of you see the forecast with all the 70s and you think winter may be over. That's not the case. It's probably the coldest part of winter may be over. I mean, because we had some really cold temperatures in January, but we're still going to have cold snap, below freezing temperatures. I'm not going to rule out another winter weather threat, not in the next couple of weeks, because as we take a look at your probability of 1 inch of snowfall through the middle of the month, pretty fine line of no snow to maybe a chance. Again, where you see the red, that's where you're going to have a good chance of seeing some accumulating snow over the next couple of weeks. So New England, the northern part of the country, much of Canada, the west coast, the Sierra Nevadas, the Rockies, all going to get in on some snow. For us in the south, it's going to take a little bit more magic for that to happen. We're going to need that cold air to start pulling down during the middle and end of the month for us to have another winter weather threat. But again, we can get snow all the way through early April. It's pretty unlikely to get snow that late in the year, but March is always full of surprises. So if you're a winter weather fan, we're not done just yet. We might be. We may not see any more snow, but I think there will be chances come up, especially in some of the higher elevations as we move into late February and early March. So we'll keep you updated, and I'll keep an eye on the pattern moving forward. But here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Wanted to keep this relatively sweet because it is Friday. Many of you probably have things to do, and getting ready for the weekend. First weekend of February. Going to be nice. Groundhog Day is on Sunday, so we'll see if we get 6 more weeks of winter or 6 more or an early spring. I'm pretty sure that's what the groundhog is going to be saying here. At least it's going to feel like spring in the short term with temperatures in the 70s, and then we could get more rain chances by the end of next week. But I do encourage you to get outside, enjoy the weather this weekend because it's going to be phenomenal, and it's going to feel like spring for the first couple of weeks of February. But again, changes are going to come at some point, so we're not done with winter just yet, and I'll keep you updated. But rain today. Nice this weekend, very warm heading into next week. That's what you need to know. So grab that umbrella and enjoy your Friday.